right, well, up next, you exercise, you're eating right, and you still may be leaving your body vulnerable to sickness.
We see it associated with cancers, we see it associated with falls in the elderly, but also we can see it associated with some infections and some issues with the immune system.
Hear how to protect your health. That's next.
Well, stop by a drugstore and you'll see a veritable alphabet of pills and supplements from A to zinc. The vitamin industry is one of the fastest growing in the world, and it's easy to see why. We just aren't getting enough of the nutrients we need. Gordon, I don't know if he's a vitamin lover or not, but he's voicing this special series, which has really caught your attention. He's more in the next installment of our series, Protect Your Health.
Out of every 10 people you see walking down the street, 9 of them lack at least one critical vitamin or mineral necessary for good health.
You may think you have a healthy lifestyle, but even with the best diet, you still may not be giving your body everything it needs. That's where supplements come in.
It's important to choose supplements that absorb rapidly, such as liquids or powders. Too often, tablets don't break down fast enough and end up going down the drain. When it comes to choosing supplements, vitamin D is a good place to start. It's vital to a healthy immune system, and a staggering 3/4 of Americans aren't getting enough of it.
Vitamin D is really important for a lot of medical conditions. We see it associated with cancers. We see it associated with falls in the elderly. We see it associated with many symptoms, achiness, some mood issues, but also we can see it associated with some infections and some issues with the immune system.
Your body creates vitamin D naturally when you're exposed to sunlight. Most of us, however, need a vitamin D supplement because we don't spend a lot of time in the sun. And when we do go out, we wear sunscreen, which blocks the absorption of vitamin D. Next, consider a multivitamin supplement.
It is kind of that safety mechanism that could be added on board to support your immune system and overall health in general.
Fresh fruits and vegetables aren't as healthy as they used to be. For instance, apples contain 77% fewer minerals than they did 80 years ago. Over-farming has robbed the soil of the micronutrients necessary to grow vitamin and mineral-rich produce.
We worry that when fruits and vegetables travel long distances or exposed to a lot of different chemicals, that their health benefits are really compromised.
Choose a multivitamin that contains 100% of the recommended daily allowance of a wide variety of vitamins and minerals. Also, pay attention to what's not in your multivitamin.
So no added colors, no added chemicals, and ideally no added sugars, which you're going to find in many of the gummy formulations that a lot of people like.
Some herbal supplements can also help you fight off illness.
So there is some scientific evidence for ginseng, particularly in preventing colds. So a lot of people will opt to take that in cold and flu season regularly as a preventative agent.
Echinacea can strengthen your immunity by increasing the number of white blood cells which kill cold and flu bugs.
This is very popular. People who are interested in taking Echinacea should take 100 milligrams 3 times a day, and they need to start it early if they want it to be effective.
A fish oil supplement in liquid or capsule form is also a good idea because fish oil contains omega-3 fatty acids, which boost your immune system.
Omega-3 fatty acids are something that we have also depleted in our diet. We used to get them when we would eat a lot of fish or a lot of pasture-raised cattle, for example. We no longer really do.
Fish oil is made up of 2 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. Check the label and try to take about 1 gram of DHA daily to improve brain function and help fight depression.
Another powerful immune system booster is coconut oil. Take a tablespoon or 2 a day and cook with it. Lab tests reveal it destroys flu viruses, as well as bacteria that cause infections, and even parasites that lead to stomach problems.
Speaking of the gut, Did you know that 70% of your immune system is in your intestines? That's home to most of the good bacteria that destroys outside invaders intent on making you sick.
So the issue with bacteria in our body is very complicated, and we're just coming to learn how important it is that we have these healthy bacteria and that we set up the environment in our body to allow those healthy bacteria to grow and to flourish.
The problem is that good bacteria can be killed by antibiotics, antibacterial soaps, and processed foods. You can fix that by eating fermented foods that are naturally rich in probiotics like kimchi and plain yogurt. But many of us don't get enough probiotics in our diets. So taking a probiotic supplement is the next best thing to restore good bacteria to our intestines. Another great way to ward off illness is vitamin C.
I think 1,000 milligrams is a safe dose that's not too high, and I don't think there's any reason to take vitamin C daily over 2,000 milligrams.
So consider supplements to strengthen your immune system. Vitamin D, vitamin C, a strong multivitamin, herbs, fish oil, coconut oil, and probiotics. In a perfect world, we'd get them naturally. For our less than perfect lifestyles, they're a good safety net.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can get this series. You just saw part 3 of our series, and you can get that by logging on. Many people, thousands of people wanted it yesterday, and we can get more people.
That piece especially was chock full of some great advice, you know.
I hate to differ with my distinguished associate, but I think multivitamins are the pits. I don't think they have near enough.
Even in the liquid form?
I don't care what form they're in. Yeah. I just don't like multivitamins. I don't think you get enough of anything. I'm all for the vitamin D thing. That's really important, and it doesn't hurt you. Let's face it, if you go out in the sun, you might get 500,000 units of vitamin D, so it's not going to hurt you to take 5,000 or so of them.
Yeah, I've just started D because I'm hearing so many good things about it.
Very important. Well, you know, the incident of colds, for example, in the Midwest, like in Minnesota, someplace, like during the winter, all kind because they're not out in the sun.
Yeah.
And
that can also make you feel blue and a little bit, you know, down and depressed, and so they say it's good for your mood.
He didn't mention that is for your brain, because they said fish oil. I use fish oil. If you want to have a brain like a fish, there it is. But anyhow, I like acetyl L-carnitine. L-carnitine is really very important for your brain, and in terms of diet, acetyl L-carnitine, about 2,000 milligrams of that stuff, plus about 300 milligrams of alpha-lipoic, very effective in losing weight. It's so easy.
Say it again.
Acetyl L-carnitine.
Hard to remember.
It's carnitine with the acetyl L.
Okay, I've seen it in the drugstores.
With alpha-lipoic. And I figure, in my case, I take about 4 of those things. That's about 2,000 milligrams, and I take about 300 milligrams of the alpha-lipoic. The other thing that wasn't mentioned is very important for your health and stomach and all your various functions, and that is the CoQ10. The best form of it is called ubiquinol, and I take that, and it's very important. And the other thing I take, that's for the brain. You want one that's really good for your brain, is Phosphatidylserine Complex. Can you remember that?
Wow. We should bring a camera over to your house in the morning and watch you take all this stuff.
No, I'm not going to get people in my house to see it. You can remember Phosphatidal. You can remember Phosphatidylserine Complex.
Okay.
Take
Serine Complex.
2 or 3. Well, you want to challenge the people who win the Nobel Prize? That's how you do it. Okay.
Awesome. Well,
you got that? You wrote it down?
I'd love to have your brain on, honestly.
Oh, stop it. All right, what's next?
Well, as Pat mentioned, you just saw our series, and hey, if you missed it, no worries. You can give us a call, 1-800-759-0700, and we will send you our CD here, our free DVD, plus you can watch it on cbn.com. Well,